So we've looked at Facebook demographics. Now let's look at some best practices in messaging to reach those people that we find on Facebook. So one of the things you want to think about is what content are you already creating that you can repurpose on Facebook, or what content do you need to develop for Facebook? Photos and images are still the king of content on Facebook. They're eye-catching, they help people engage more, and they involve less commitment from the viewer than a video might. It's much easier to consume. The second most important thing on Facebook is your status messages. Again, low commitment and easy to consume. Now, videos and links can be effective, but people will decide, do I have time to engage in this or do I not? And maybe they move on. So if you're trying to measure engagement, you look at that engagement activity. Things like likes, comments, and shares are all considered engagement activity. And you divide it by the total reach per post. So, for example, you might look at how well your video post performs by looking at how many likes, shares, and comments it got versus a plain status update. And maybe you test a couple of different status updates. You just change the wording a bit and see which one might perform better. So think about ways that you can create content that is strategic and or repurpose content you already have to reach that. Now, Facebook actually looks more favorably on videos. If you're going to use videos, they look more favorably on videos that are posted on Facebook versus videos that you've posted on YouTube and linked to from Facebook. Facebook wants you to host your videos with them. They want to grow that platform. So you may have to post your video on YouTube to reach your YouTube audience, and you may want to repost it again on Facebook to reach your Facebook audience in order to have Facebook serve it to more people in their news feeds. So just an FYI on that. So as you're thinking about your content, think like a publisher. You'll want to test things, you'll want to measure the results, and you'll want to optimize. And the beauty of it is, you'll know pretty quickly whether a post is working or not working, and you can tweak it easily and quickly and relatively inexpensively, if not free. So the idea is, we talked in a previous video about how it's good to have a plan, but it's better to have a strategy. So if your plan is to publish or post something 4 days a week, for example, but you don't have a strategy for when, how, and what you will post, then you might end up hurriedly trying to post something just so you can check it off your to-do list, and it may be something completely irrelevant to your audience. Then instead of engaging them, it trains them that your content is just not even worth viewing. So create something like this. Now you can download these type of content calendars or content planning charts from the internet, but you can also create your own in an Excel spreadsheet pretty easily, or by creating a table in a Word document. Set up the dates that you want to publish something, what day of the week, what time of the day, and then make note of when you actually did publish it, and what kind of content is it? Is it a text post? Is it a video? Does it have a link in it? Does it have a photo in it? And what did the content say? Maybe a summary, or maybe the actual content of the post itself. And if there are any additional assets, like a link to a page or a graphic image that you can link to, put that in there as well. And really look at what that strategy is, what types of things you're going to post at what types of day. Here's some rules that you might look at for Facebook posting. They say this is the Facebook trifecta for retailers. So when you don't have a lot of time, you want to kind of plan it ahead. And you want to use that 70-20-10 rule. And what that is that 70% of your activity should add value to your store, to build brand recognition, to make people aware of who you are. And sometimes the best posts in this category use humor, they're fun, maybe it's relevant business tips or local news or something about events in your community, something to engage the people in your circle. You can also ask your fans for things like survey questions, or share some quotes, or basically try to find ways to engage them with fun and valuable and relevant content. And then 20% might be shared content. So it's taking content that you found that's relevant to your audience or relevant to your business or your industry and tagging other people's business pages or promoting something others have posted in that. So 20% is content others have created that you share. And then 10% can be promotional content. So endorsements of new products or product lines, store sales or events that you're having, maybe coupons or discount codes, or things like that. So you don't want your Facebook post to all be salesy all the time. So find that this 70-20-10 kind of balance. And realize that it takes a team. It takes a village to create and maintain a Facebook page. You know, you've got your marketing team that's involved and maybe some in strategy and messaging and that kind of thing. Maybe you have to hire an agency or a vendor to develop the content on your page or support your analytics. Maybe if you work in a highly regulated industry, your legal team needs to be involved. They need to make sure that that you have a social media policy in place where you're not posting stuff that is illegal or out of compliance for your industry. Maybe your customer service people are involved because people might post something on your Facebook page that requires assistance or help from customer service. So somebody needs to monitor that and service those issues and help find resolutions. And then maybe human resources might be involved as well. Again, they can be involved in the setting up of social media policies for employees or any type of recruiting that might take place on the social platform. So realize that it takes a team. Now, there are some challenges that you'll face on Facebook too, and you can develop some strategies around that. So in the early days, around 16 to 20% of your total fan base was considered to be a large number in terms of organic reach. So if you had 2,000 fans, your possible reach for a post could be around 320 to 400 fans seeing that post in their newsfeed. But now that number has dwindled to 4 to 6%. Just because someone has liked your business page doesn't mean that that Facebook will feed the content that you post on your page to their newsfeed. The algorithms continue to change, and preference is often given to businesses that pay for Facebook advertising or pay for boosted posts. And some estimate that Facebook will even take it lower than that. So what do you do? Well, post often. Post content that's relevant. The more people engage with your content, the more likely it will be that your future content will be fed to them. And link back to Facebook and buy ads. Those are the things that will help your posts be seen by more of the people in your network. So here are some built-in Facebook tactics, some different types of posts you can do. You can do status updates, as we already mentioned, in text or photo or video format. You can make offers. You can create events or milestones or ask questions. And you want to be visible. You can schedule, you can pin, you can promote. Just make sure that there's a ton of relevant content out there. Now, despite the non-chronological nature of the news feed on Facebook now, Hootsuite actually reports that some publishing times do indeed yield a higher amount of likes, comments, shares, and click-throughs, so a higher amount of engagement. So they say that the best times to post on Facebook are between the hours of noon and 3 p.m. on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So maybe people are at their desks eating lunch and they're taking a minute out to get on Facebook, or right after lunch, they're coming back and engaging with Facebook. And Saturday and Sunday during the lunch hour is also a good time to post. And realize that a Facebook post reaches 75% of its potential audience engagement within just 5 hours. So that's what helps you really understand your analytics and the performance of what you're doing. You can track your analytics, and if in 5 hours your post isn't engaging like you thought it would, you can tweak it almost instantly and try it again the next day and see if if a change in photo or a change in copy or text works better with engagement. Here's some other stats that that people have reported. Posts made between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. received 20% more user engagement. And I thought that was interesting, the overnight hours. So maybe that's the people who are up late or who work nights and they don't have anyone to engage with because everybody else is asleep. So they are on Facebook and engaging with posts then. Posting once or twice a day produces a 40% higher user engagement rate. And asking questions to spark dialogue post double comment. If you ask questions to spark dialogue, the posts double the comments versus non-questions. So, for example, I had a team of students who were working on a social media plan for an independent music artist who posted regularly on Facebook. But she would post things like, "Hey, here's a photo of me in New York City," and that was about it. So the students recommended to her that she change the nature of her posts in order to create more engagement. So imagine the difference if instead of posting, "Hey, here's a photo of me in New York City," she posted, "Hey, I'm in New York City for 48 hours. What do I need to go see?" Or, "Hey, I want to see a Broadway show. Which one should I go to?" Or, "I'm in New York City and I'm craving Italian food. What Italian restaurants would you recommend?" If you ask a question of your audience, they're more likely to engage with a response. But be sure that when you make a post like that, you don't answer your own question. Don't say, "Hey, I'm in New York City and I want to see a Broadway show. I think I'll go see this one. What do you think?" Just don't answer your own question. Let them answer it for you. Let the audience engage with you, who engages with you, do that. And fill in the blank posts receive 9 times more comments than other posts as well. So give people an excuse to respond to you. Most successful posts by the number of likes contain about 100 to 250 characters, so they don't have to be that long. They're shorter than a tweet in many cases. And consistent posting is the key to attracting new likes and improving engagement. You can post coupons or offers that are only available through your Facebook page, so people have to come to your page to see them. And you can schedule posts to appear at the same time every day, so people know where to find them and when to find them. You can use the pin to top feature to keep important posts at the top of your page for up to 7 days. And you can use Facebook ads to get more people to like your page. So those are some tips on how you can better use Facebook to engage with your users.